Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to delve into a topic that might surprise many of us, especially those in middle age in the US. That is the things you will be shocked by when eating a lot of seafood. Seafood is often hailed as one of the healthiest foods, packed with lean protein and heart-healthy fats. But does eating a lot of seafood regularly really just have positive sides? Or are there other aspects that few people tell you about? Today, we will take a deep dive into the world of seafood. From the amazing benefits you might not fully appreciate, to the potential hidden risks that might make you rethink the amount of seafood in your diet. Specifically for young and middle-aged people in the US who are interested in their health and diet. Prepare to be shocked, dear friends. For young and middle-aged people in the US, seafood is often a popular choice when we want to eat healthier. Advice about supplementing with omega-3s for heart and brain appears everywhere. And dishes made from seafood are also very diverse and appealing. However, amidst that information, few people clearly tell us what happens when we actually eat a lot. Regularly, different types of seafood, especially in the context of the market and environment in the US. Understanding both sides of the issue is very important to make smart dietary decisions that align with your health goals and family lifestyle. Scientific studies on nutrition and public health have shown both incredible benefits and potential hidden risks related to seafood consumption, particularly regarding mercury and other contaminants. So, what will shock you when eating a lot of seafood? We will explore aspects you might not have heard of before. The first thing, and potentially a positive shock for your brain, is that your brain might get a significant boost, especially regarding memory and concentration. Seafood, especially fatty fish, is a powerhouse of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically DHA and EPA. These are essential building blocks for brain cells and play an important role in supporting communication between nerve cells. Eating enough can significantly improve your cognitive function. Why is seafood so good for the brain? Because DHA makes up a large percentage of brain structure, and omega-3s help improve blood flow to the brain, reduce inflammation in the brain, which can affect cognition, and positively influence neurotransmitters. Example: you might feel mentally sharper during demanding work tasks. Notice improved memory recall, e.g. remembering names, meeting details, or have better focus during long periods, at work, studying, work, higher concentration ability when dealing with complex reports, better ability to remember information from clients, more creative problem solving due to flexible thinking. How to incorporate seafood into your daily diet, for memory and concentration benefits. Focus on easily found and prepared fatty fish in the U.S. like salmon, canned or fresh fillet baked, grilled. Sardines, canned, on toast. Mackerel, canned. Additionally, if you don't eat fish often, you can supplement omega-3s from other sources like walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds. Simple recipe idea: quick-baked salmon fillet with lemon and vegetables. Canned sardines on whole wheat crackers with a little pepper. A handful of walnuts as a midday snack. Add chia seeds to your morning oatmeal or smoothie. Mechanism: DHA is a major structural component of brain cell membranes, omega-3s affect neurotransmitter function and reduce inflammation in the brain. The second thing, also positive, is that your mood might improve, and stress might decrease. Omega-3s in seafood can also play a role in mood regulation and can help reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. Additionally, the lean protein and B vitamins in seafood provide stable energy, preventing mood swings related to energy crashes. Why does seafood affect mood? Because omega-3s influence pathways related to mood in the brain, like serotonin. And protein and B vitamins support energy metabolism, helping you feel more energetic. Example: you might feel less irritable, have better ability to cope with stress at work or in family life, have a more stable mood throughout the day. Family. Less stress can help you interact with family members more positively. How to incorporate seafood into your diet for mood improvement. Eat seafood regularly. Vary the types. Simple recipe idea. Add shrimp to a quick pasta dish. Have canned tuna salad for lunch. A small portion of fish several times a week. Mechanism. Omega-3s influence neurotransmitters related to mood. Protein and B vitamins support energy metabolism. The third thing, still positive, is that your heart will be very grateful. The omega-3s in seafood are well known for their benefits to cardiovascular health. They help lower triglycerides, slightly lower blood pressure, and reduce the risk of heart disease. Why is seafood good for the heart? Because omega-3s help reduce inflammation and have a positive impact on blood lipid levels. Example: regular seafood consumption can help improve your cholesterol levels, specifically lowering bad LDL cholesterol and raising good HDL cholesterol. Although this can vary by individual and type of seafood, especially shellfish, may help control blood pressure better over time. How to incorporate seafood into your diet for heart health. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week. Simple recipe idea. Pan-seared or grilled salmon. Sardines on whole wheat toast. But this is when you might start to feel shocked when we talk about the other sides of eating a lot of seafood. The fourth thing, negative, shocking for many, is that you might consume too much mercury. Larger, longer-lived predatory fish tend to accumulate mercury from the environment. Eating a lot of these fish can lead to mercury buildup in your body, which is particularly harmful to the nervous system, especially for developing brains, in children, and fetuses. Why is mercury a problem? Because mercury is a neurotoxin that binds to proteins in the body and can cause damage. Example: potential risks to neurological health, although usually only with very high. Prolonged intake. Much higher risks for pregnant women, affecting the baby's brain development, and young children. Fish to be cautious with include swordfish, shark, king mackerel, tilefish. How to manage mercury risk. Choose fish with lower mercury content. Limit consumption of high mercury fish. Follow FDA, EPA guidelines, especially for vulnerable populations. Advice: prioritize smaller, shorter-lived fish like salmon, sardines, anchovies, tilapia, cod, pollock. The fifth thing, negative, shocking for those concerned about the environment, is that your choices affect ocean sustainability. Overfishing and certain fishing or farming practices can harm marine ecosystems. Eating a lot of unsustainably sourced seafood contributes to these problems. Why is sustainability shocking? Because we often only think about our own health benefits without realizing the impact on the habitat of other species. Example: depletion of certain fish populations. Destruction of underwater habitats due to unsustainable fishing methods. Impact on other marine life, like sea turtles. Seabirds getting caught in nets. How to manage this risk? Choose sustainably sourced seafood. Look for certifications like MSC or ASC. Consult seafood guides, like the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch Guide in the U.S. Reduce consumption of threatened species. Advice: learn about the origin of the seafood you eat. Use apps or websites to check for sustainability. The sixth thing, negative, can be shockingly severe. Is that you might develop a seafood allergy. Seafood allergies are quite common and can be very serious. Even life-threatening, anaphylaxis. Allergies can develop at any age. Even if you have eaten seafood before without issues. Why is allergy scary? Because allergic reactions can happen quickly and severely, requiring immediate medical attention. Example: getting hives, swelling of the face or throat, difficulty breathing after eating seafood, feeling dizzy or fainting, requiring immediate emergency medical care. How to manage this risk? Be aware of allergy symptoms. Seek medical testing if you suspect a seafood allergy. Strictly avoid seafood if diagnosed with an allergy. Check ingredients carefully when eating out. Advice: prevention is better than cure. An older generation says, this is especially true for allergies. Be careful and listen to your body. If you have a history of allergies or concerns, talk to a doctor. The seventh thing, negative, can be shocking for those watching cholesterol. Is that certain shellfish can be high in cholesterol. While generally healthy, some shellfish like shrimp and lobster are higher in cholesterol than fish. Why is this surprising? Because many people consider all seafood to be the same nutritionally. Example: individuals with high cholesterol who eat a lot of shrimp or lobster may see their cholesterol levels increase. Despite the other benefits of seafood. Work, family. If you or a family member are monitoring cholesterol, be mindful of the amount of shrimp, lobster consumed. How to manage this risk? If you have high cholesterol, consume high cholesterol shellfish in moderation. Focus on fatty fish lower in cholesterol. Advice: consult a doctor or registered dietitian about the appropriate amount of seafood for your health condition. The eighth thing, negative, shocking if not prepared properly, is the risk of food poisoning. Raw or undercooked seafood can contain harmful bacteria or viruses. Why is food poisoning from seafood scary? Because it can cause unpleasant symptoms, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and in some severe cases, can be dangerous. Example: experiencing severe abdominal pain, persistent vomiting, diarrhea after eating raw oysters or sushi from unreliable sources, requiring hospitalization. How to manage this risk? Cook seafood thoroughly. Avoid eating raw or undercooked seafood from sources you don't trust. Follow safe food handling practices when preparing seafood at home. Advice: when eating sushi or raw dishes, Choose reputable restaurants with good hygiene. The ninth thing, environmental, shocking impact, is that seafood farming also has its own issues. Although farming can help reduce pressure on wild fish populations, some farming methods can cause environmental pollution or use antibiotics, chemicals. Why does seafood farming also have problems? Because not all fish farms operate sustainably or environmentally friendly. Example: waste from fish farms can pollute surrounding water sources. The use of antibiotics in farming can contribute to antibiotic resistance. How to manage this risk? Learn about sustainable farming methods, like closed recirculating systems. Choose sustainably certified farmed seafood. Advice: find information about the origin and farming methods of the seafood you buy. The 10th thing, practical, shocking cost, is that eating a lot of seafood can be very expensive. While some seafood is affordable, consistently eating highly recommended types like wild-caught salmon can be very costly in the U.S. Why is the cost shocking? Because trying to maintain a diet high in seafood can significantly increase your grocery bill, affecting your overall budget. Example: buying fresh salmon fillets weekly for the whole family can cost a significant amount. Eating out at seafood restaurants regularly is even more expensive. How to manage this risk? Choose more affordable seafood options: canned sardines, mackerel, frozen fish like tilapia, cod, frozen shrimp. Cook at home instead of eating out. Look for sales or buy in bulk, if appropriate. Skillful in eating then full. Skillful in pulling then warm. An older generation says, applies to eating healthy affordably. Advice: explore good quality frozen or canned seafood options. Learn simple and budget-friendly seafood recipes. Bringing it all together. Seafood, a powerful food when consumed smartly. Eating seafood can offer incredible health benefits, particularly for brain and heart health, such as improved memory, concentration, and mood, but it also comes with potential hidden risks like mercury contamination, other pollutants, allergies, or environmental impact. The important thing is to become a smart seafood consumer. Don't let the potential shocks scare you away completely. Instead, let them empower you with knowledge to make wise choices. Prioritize variety, lower mercury options, sustainable sources, and safe preparation methods. The goal is not necessarily to eat a lot of seafood, but to eat it smartly and regularly as part of a balanced diet. Who needs extra caution, recommendations and warnings? Pregnant women and young children need to strictly follow the guidelines on the amount and type of fish recommended by the FDA, EPA due to the risk of mercury affecting brain development. Individuals with a history of seafood allergy absolutely avoid seafood. Need to be very careful about cross-contamination when eating out or preparing food. Individuals with high cholesterol should consume high cholesterol shellfish, shrimp, lobster, in moderation. Focus on fatty fish. Individuals with underlying medical conditions, e.g. kidney disease, need to consult a doctor or registered dietitian about the appropriate amount of seafood due to protein or mineral content that may need to be adjusted. An older generation says, listen to your body and seek advice from professionals, doctors, dietitians. General advice and recommendations. Learn more about the seafood you eat. Use reliable information sources, like FDA, EPA and the Seafood Watch Guide in the U.S. Do not eat raw seafood from unreliable sources. Ensure seafood is cooked thoroughly. If you suspect a seafood allergy or have any health concerns related to seafood consumption, consult a medical professional immediately. Remember, eat less but better than eat a lot but poorly. Or, too much of anything is not good. An older generation says, this is true for seafood. Eat in moderation and wisely. Dear friends, the world of seafood is full of interesting things and also potential surprises. By equipping yourself with knowledge, you can absolutely take advantage of the great health benefits that seafood offers, while minimizing undesirable risks. Become a smart seafood consumer and enjoy the flavors of the sea safely and healthily. Don't hesitate to share your favorite seafood, healthy and affordable, or something about seafood that has shocked you, or any questions about seafood safety, sustainability, or nutrition in the comments section below. Our community is here to share experiences and learn together. And if you found this video helpful and want to explore more about healthy nutrition, smart eating tips, and how to live healthy in a busy life in the US, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next videos.